Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today here at Heard About Toys. I'm Mama Herd Dog, and myself and my herd, my family, we are here to go over all things toys, books, games, art supplies, you name it. We're going to try to tell you what's great, what's so-so, and maybe what to avoid. And today we're talking Valentine's Day, and this is a part of my series, and it's a 3-part series where this is the second portion, and this is all about books that you could gift for Valentine's Day to multiple different age groups. So without further ado, let's get started.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Heard About Toys. It's time to round up my herd.
Let's start with some board books. We have got this book, Guess How Much I Love You, and I'm thinking most of you know this book, and if not, guess what? I found a great book for you. This is about 2 hares or rabbits that are related. I think one's the parent, one's the little one, and they talk about how much they love each other. And if you have a child, or you spend a lot of time with a child, you might have already kind of played the game that's in this book, but it's a nice, solid Valentine's Day present. Moving on. So if you do not want to spend the money for a book, if you can't find it secondhand, absolutely go to the library. It's the point of the thing. It's celebrating love on Valentine's Day, so it does not have to be as commercial as they try to make it. This is a board book, and it's from the library, and it's mostly little dog pictures, but with a little bit of Valentine's Day messaging over here. Let's see. Without the glare. There. He's doing a little heart. And then you've got, oh, this is precious. Let's see. Will you focus over here? Will you focus over there? Here we go. And then you have this little guy burying his nose in flowers. And then it says, I will bring you flowers. Locally sourced, of course. Of course. And take you on long walks. And there's always something down here that's a little bit silly and funny, like squirrel. So I think any dog-loving kid would enjoy this, or any baby who just might enjoy seeing the different types of dogs there are. Would work great. And it's from the library. It cost me nothing as long as I return it on time. So absolutely check out the library for these. And you might have a kind of library where you can put things on hold. So get them on hold now. So when it's closer to Valentine's Day, they're not all gone, because that could happen. All right, moving on. This is kind of one of my favorites. Okay, there. This is called Snuggle Puppy, and it's a little love song by Sandra Boynton. Boynton. I'm not sure I'm saying it right, but I absolutely adore her books. They are so great. Awesome for toddlers, awesome for babies, because it always has a nice rhythm to it. She's got a bunch, as you can see here. We have a lot, so if you want a little review on some of these stories, let me know. But this one is Snuggle Puppy, and see. Now it starts off talking, and listen, you don't have to be an awesome singer. Gosh, no, it's your kid. They love whatever you attempt, and they'll think it's great. Okay, so this is, well, I have a thing to tell you, and it won't take long. The way I feel about you is kind of a song. And then here comes some of the singing parts, and you just make it up. This is the tune I have chosen. It starts with a ooh and ends with a kiss. And all along the middle, it goes something like this. It goes, ooh, snuggle puppy of mine. Everything about you is especially fine. And you just keep singing it. I love what you are. I love what you do. And you just, every time, you can give them a little kiss when it says to. And it's sing-songy. It's a great book to read before nap or bedtime, I think. So A+. This book is called Love Monster, and it's by Rachel Bright, and it's definitely a unique, creative way to look at love and finding your perfect pal. Okay, and then the pictures are wonderful. Whoops. Whoa. Sorry. He's looking around for somebody who will appreciate him for all that he is worth. And it's a great book. super fun and silly, especially if your child loves monsters. We've got this book called I Like Myself, and it's pink. And I also think liking yourself, loving yourself, those are basically the same thing. So I figured this was an appropriate thing to gift for anyone, any kiddo in your life, because these are positive mantras and these are things that we hope kids are learning and thinking. I like myself. I'm glad I'm me. There's no one else I'd rather be. I like my eyes, my ears, my nose. I like my fingers and my toes. I like me wild. I like me tame. I like me different and the same. So it's just a nice book about loving yourself, and it is celebrating, who you are and loving who you are, which is a great thing to concentrate on Valentine's Day, I believe. Highly recommend, and then if you can't get them, check your library. Now we're moving on. Okay, so we're going to take a look at elementary school age books now, and let's start with the one we all know, well, not all, but most of us might know, is Biscuit. This is all about biscuits, Valentine's Day, and here's a little sample. It says, "Are you ready to deliver our Valentine's biscuit? Woof! Wait for me, Biscuit! Woof, woof!" Funny puppy. You have some special Valentines to deliver too, and each page is kind of like that with a little boop, a little extra, which, if you have a kid who's of the right age, flipping a flap is awesome. You feel like you're part of the reading process. There's also the wonder of figuring out what could be underneath the flap. Wonderful. Love it. I believe my husband's parents got this for my kids. Great book. Okay, so the next book we're going to look at for elementary school aged kids, it's Wherever You Are, My Love Will Find You. And I know we're focusing on kids' books. However, I think this would also be really good for someone graduating high school, going out on their own, going to college, leaving college. I think this is really sweet, kind of like the Dr. Seuss you could give. That's kind of more lighthearted. This is more like a little love note you write to your child before they go off on their own. But little kids will love it too. The pictures are gorgeous, like paintings. And actually, you know what you could do? You could absolutely buy 2 of these books and use one to read, obviously, and then you could use another. You cut it out with an X-Acto knife and frame it. And that could be a great decor in a child's room, or if you're lucky enough to have like a playroom or something like that, or a place where you have all your books, this could go really nicely as well. So let me give you a little blurb. Let's see, here we go. I wanted you more than you will ever know, so I sent my love to follow you wherever you go. And throughout the book, there's like these little sparkly sprinkles, and I think, to me, I interpret that as her love. Well, excuse me, I'm reading from a female perspective because I am female. Could be any grown-up's love. Okay, you see? Perfect. And then it says, it's high as you wish it. It's quick as an elf. You'll never outgrow it. It stretches itself. And then it's just beautiful artwork after beautiful artwork with the little bit of the love coming right behind the child. All right, and then I'm going to skip to the end, which I think really is the thing at the very end that made me think, oh my gosh, this could be for young adults as well. Okay, so you got this great picture of the flamingo and little boy doing the yoga pose. Love it, love it. If you're still my small babe or you're all the way grown, my promise to you is that you're never alone. And I just thought that was so perfect because that's a wonderful thing that you want your children to think about when they're leaving home for the first time. So I feel like this is a double whammy. You can get it for littles or people about to embark on an adventure or graduation, something like that. Totally wonderful. Okay, last we've got here, this is a National Geographic Kids book. And this is great for multiple ages in elementary school because it talks about different ways people celebrate Valentine's around the world and what it means. And you just learn a lot. And then there's also, it's National Geographic's Kids. You're going to learn about other countries and other people's traditions and things. And you're going to see some great photos. It's a great book to read together or just read bits and pieces at a time. If you're all sitting and having a snack, just grab the book and pick a spot that you want to read. And then you move on. It doesn't have to be this whole book. Or an elementary student kid who's older could read it by themselves as well. All right, let's move on to older children. All right, now we're moving on up to some older children, either preteens, teens, and some of it could maybe work for a young adult. So let's get started looking. And this is the one I was kind of thinking could absolutely work as a grown-up gift or a young adult, or even you got a preteen teen who is loving making things in the kitchen and you want to encourage that. You can get a book like this. And honestly, this book came from the Dollar Tree. I think this is Simple Sweets, Enticing and Flavorful Recipes. And I thought the purple and the pinkish and then that it's all sweets, I thought that would be a wonderful book to gift somebody in your life who loves to bake or wants to start baking. You got brownies. Ooh, yum. This is one of my favorite little snacks. Well, desserts. I guess it's not a snack. Shortcut strawberry shortcake. And it gives you obviously some quick fixes to make it a little faster. And that's 1 box of vanilla cake mix. With those kind of things in here, it's very manageable for a child to handle. Like this recipe is pretty darn simple. Sometimes, especially kids, their attention spans, they can't do a long and involved recipe quite yet if they have a trouble focusing for a decent amount of time. So this is short and sweet, to the point. And if your kid's in college, this doesn't require them to go out and buy a bunch of things. A lot of these things you can make with what you have. They're just wonderful little recipes. I think my daughter's really going to love this. She just recently made us some brownies, which were, she and my youngest, she helped make some brownies, and they were delish. So you benefit too if you give this. And it's nice, it's got the little liquid and dry measuring things back there, just in case you don't know what's up. I just think cookbooks are always a great thing to gift, especially if you can find them at Dollar Tree. $1.25 for that. Bright colors, a picture of every single kind of treats. Yes, please. Now, I'm stretching here a little bit, guys. I'm stretching. I have this for my daughter this year. It's Hello Kitty and Friends. I got it from Dollar Tree, of course. The pictures are bright. The words are short. She's in kindergarten. I think this is perfect for her. Okay, and yes, it doesn't have Valentine's anything on the front, but it's pink, it's colorful, and she loves Hello Kitty. So you don't always have to get something very, very specific to Valentine's Day if you don't want to. Is there a book at the Dollar Tree you see and your kiddo is going to love? Just get that. These are just suggestions. And then my daughter, my middle daughter, she loves a good scary book. And I get it because I was the same way. I got her, she's read one before and she liked it. So I got this one for her. It's called Strange Things Are Happening in Creepers. And it's by Edgar J. Hyde. I mean, I don't know. This must be true, right? They wouldn't put it on there. Or am I just too gullible? Over 4 million copies sold worldwide. I got this because it had lips, Valentine's Day, kisser, cold kisser, kisses, hugs, Valentine's. It's a bit of a stretch, but I know that she will enjoy this book, and that's what matters. And it was $1.25. I mean, come on. Okay, so here's one last look of the books we talked about today. There's many affordable ones here. You can look on Amazon, Dollar Tree. Gosh, I don't know. Marshalls and Ross sometimes have books as well. Or you could look at half-price books. I don't know if you all have them still. We have a couple around me, and that could be an option too. So happy hunting for books. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope that you, just like the books say here, to love yourself, take it easy on yourself. So with that said, that'll do, friends. That'll do.